I never imagined that one day I'd be standing outside a restaurant, clutching a manila envelope in my hand, my heart pounding like a war drum. Inside the envelope were the divorce papers I had prepared weeks earlier. Papers I never thought I'd actually deliver this way. But life and betrayal have a way of forcing your hand. Claire had been distant for months. She came home late, claimed she was working late, and brushed off my questions with irritation. I wanted to believe her, wanted to trust that the woman I married still respected me. But the late-night phone calls and her sudden secrecy told a different story. One night, a friend sent me a message, "Daniel, I just saw Claire downtown." She wasn't alone. My chest tightened. He sent me a photo, grainy, taken from a distance, but it was her, sitting at a candlelit table with another man, laughing the way she used to laugh with me. That was the moment something in me broke, but not in despair, in resolve. So here I was, standing outside that same restaurant, watching through the window as she leaned closer to him, touching his hand as if it belonged to her. I walked inside, my footsteps echoing against the tile floor. The waiter tried to stop me, but I brushed past. Claire looked up, shock flooding her face as she saw me approaching. "Daniel? W, what are you doing here?" she stammered, her hand frozen mid-gesture. I set the envelope down on their table. The man beside her shifted uncomfortably, clearly realizing the storm he was in the middle of. "These are divorce papers," I said calmly, my voice steady despite the hurricane inside me. "You don't have to sneak around anymore. You're free." The entire section of the restaurant had gone quiet. Forks paused midair. Conversation stopped. Every eye was on us. Claire's face drained of color. "Daniel, please, not here. Can we talk about this at home?" "There's nothing left to talk about," I replied. "You made your choice. I'm just making it official." She reached out as if to take my hand, but I pulled back. For the first time in years, I felt the weight of her lies lift off my shoulders. "Enjoy your dinner," I added coldly, before turning and walking out. The man she was with muttered something under his breath, but I didn't care enough to listen. Claire didn't chase me. Maybe she knew there was no point. That night, I slept soundly for the first time in months. The next day, she showed up at our house, her makeup smeared, her eyes red from crying. She begged me to reconsider, swore it was just dinner, swore she still loved me. But love isn't proven with words whispered after betrayal. Love is proven with loyalty in the moments when no one is watching. And she had failed that test. I signed the papers, mailed them to my lawyer, and closed that chapter of my life. Months later, I bought a small cabin by the lake, rebuilt my routines, and found peace and quiet. It wasn't easy, but every sunrise reminded me that betrayal doesn't have to break you. It can free you. As for Claire, I don't know what became of her relationship with that man. Maybe it lasted, maybe it didn't. But that was no longer my story to carry. My story was about strength, about walking into a restaurant full of strangers and finally standing up for myself, about handing betrayal back to the one who dealt it, and about realizing that sometimes the most powerful closure comes not from shouting or revenge, but from calmly placing an envelope on the table, walking away and never looking back.